right, babies, it's that time again. Oh, yeah. We are in Obadiah 1 of the minor prophets. Shortest book in the Hebrew Bible. Just one chapter. And wouldn't you know, it's a warning against Edom, E-D-O-M, who are descendants of Esau, Jacob's brother. And don't forget, in Genesis it said God loved Jacob but hated Esau. I mean, the guy just got born. It's nutty. It's some nutty stuff there. And relatedly, things don't look good for Edom. In fact, the end of Edom, they, instead of being in an antagonistic role against Israel, the fall of Jerusalem from the attack of the Romans in around AD 70 AD, Edom joined forces with Israel against Rome and were never to be heard of again, which is what is prophesied in the book. At least there's the prophecy of it being no more. So it kind of makes sense that they get destroyed. But interesting, right? They get destroyed completely as a result of finally aligning with their own heritage. And that's the end of them. So go figure, people. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know what to do with it. But I keep looking in every book of the Bible for something that's inspirational, because I do believe that we are alive by every word that God speaks. And so that's why I go through these difficult passages, trying to find, is there something I'm missing? And I don't want it to be my carnal mind that's missing God. So once again, I'm in a perfect opportunity to trust God to teach me when He wants me to understand what I'm reading. And if I was just to guess about it, there is a mention in Obadiah that pride was behind the fall of Edom. And the language in there is, you think you're so high and mighty and untouchable. Well, you'll see, you'll get the taste of your own medicine by way of my vengeance, so to speak. I'm not a big fan of making God vengeful. But it does make sense that if you sow evil, that's what you will reap. So in that sense, it's just the nature of things. That's why it's so important that we are sowing into our lives mercy, love, joy, peace, contentment, integrity, courage. Yeah, baby. And of course, every day there is an opportunity to sow those seeds. And we shouldn't be surprised if we're sowing the opposite of that we reap very bitter things, as we've all experienced. So the beauty of the world in God is that His mercies are new every morning, and He's ready to reestablish His commitment to us and give us evidence of it. But we have to turn to Him for it. We can't just, when I hear people say things like, well, if God would just reveal Himself, or how can there be a God if there is all this evil? It just shows the ignorance that people miss, in that God has called us to be co-creators with Him in the earth. Yeah, baby. We bring the power and the anointing and the authority of heaven into the earth. Oh yeah. And even though there's a lot of garbage going on in the world with insane amounts of corruption and the failing of institutions that protect liberty and peace, there's a lot of good going on. I was like scrolling through Instagram this morning, and all the different examples of creativity and life and positive growth and joy of learning and sharing new expressions is just abundant, especially from youngsters, right? So we really need to focus in on the positive of what's going on in spite of all the nonsense, so that we can really reap the joy of being alive and growing and exhibiting the very nature of God and being such a presence in the world that we have an impact on this evil force that is swallowing so much of the world up. And to me, that's an opportunity for faith, because that's how the fullness of Jesus is revealed. Because in what appears to be impossible and desperate and a failure by our own estimations is exactly where God comes alive, shows His love, shows His compassion, shows His commitment, infuses us with His Spirit, and moves through us for the benefit of those who are desperate. So yeah, even though it looks bleak, look inside, baby. You are full of life and you are what the world needs.